WWE has now confirmed that it is going to be not only title for title, but it will be, in fact, a unification match at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar made it official tonight by signing the contract for, quote, the biggest WrestleMania match of all time, unquote. Other than that, it was pretty much the same old Friday Night SmackDown, a rematch here, a rematch there, a boring segment here. Oh, yeah, and by the way, that Intercontinental Championship, it's as good as dead. On AEW Rampage, we saw a great TNT Championship match between Andrade and Sammy Guevara. We had an impressive victory for Wardlow, a Fist of the Revolution ladder match, and a contract signing for the AEW Women's World Championship at AEW Revolution. AEW Revolution continues to shape up as this was one of the final Rampages before the show, and it is looking better than WrestleMania. And I'm not even lying about that. This is the only place that you need to be on your Friday night. This is Outside the Brand. We'll talk to you guys soon. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. It is your Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage post-show review for February 25th, 2022. I'm your host, Phil, and this is Outside the Brand. As we all know, we got my boy Loft here with me. How are you, my man? What did you think of Friday Night SmackDown? And did you even take a look at AEW Rampage tonight?
I watched bits and pieces of Rampage, and still it was somehow better than SmackDown was until like the last 20 minutes. So that's that on that.
Okay. Today for Friday Night SmackDown, we obviously had that contract signing for, quote, the biggest main event in WrestleMania history. We had rematches here, rematches there. It was pretty much your same old garbage for Friday Night SmackDown, and then Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I was interested at that point, but like the rest of the freaking night was just no. I was happy that Xia Li got her match. That was good until the match started, and it just felt very anticlimactic. So I don't know about that.
Right.
Yeah, the only time where I got a smile on my face is when freaking Roman Reigns came out, and I don't like that, man. But his freaking segment with Brock was very, very much the most entertaining part of this show by a long shot. So.
Oh, and that Intercontinental Championship, like I said in the intro, man, it's fucking dead.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna get mad. I can't. I don't understand why Johnny Knoxville is getting a match against the IC Championship when everyone was just screaming that he would be the person that's Sammy would be the person to revitalize the championship. And the first match at WrestleMania, the most stupendous show of all time.
You mean the most stupid?
Knoxville. Huh?
You mean the most stupid?
Yeah, Knoxville. I don't want to watch him destroy Knoxville. What if Knoxville wins? Then what?
I'm telling you, Knoxville's going to win that championship.
Oh, God. Don't say that to me, Phil. Don't say that.
I can just feel it, bro. I can just feel it. I can feel it in my bones, and my bones are aching. My bones are aching. My bones are shaking. I don't want it to happen, bro, but it's WWE. But in other news, when it comes to AEW Rampage, the TNT Championship match between Sammy and Andrade was fucking fantastic. For those of you guys that are saying on Twitter that Andrade is buried because he lost to Sammy tonight, fuck you. He's not. Once the AHFO is fucking gone forever, I think Andrade will be in a better place. You guys really just need to lay off that fucking word buried. He is not buried. Go home. Go home, touch some grass, have a good life. He's not buried. I don't get it, man. I really don't. I hate people just using buried for people that lose.
Yeah, it's being heavily misused, but this is exactly what I anticipate happening with AEW at a certain point. So I mean, maybe it's starting early. I expected like about a year to pass before it's starting, but now it's starting now. So I mean, we'll see how they respond.
Wardlow's a fucking star.
He's cool.
That man. I told everybody on Twitter before, like during the afternoon, really. I tweeted out a preview for AEW Rampage tonight, considering I was there on Wednesday when it was being taped. I'm like, you watch out for that match with Wardlow and Nick Comoroto. That match was way better than I anticipated. And obviously the right person won because we obviously have to have him get some wins heading into this ladder match that he's going to be a part of on March 6th. But that match was way better than I anticipated, especially watching that live. I was thoroughly impressed by both men.
I'm going to be honest with you. I had no idea who that other dude was, but I mean, I was in and out of that match, but I mean, I don't know what their direction is with Wardlow. I feel like it's kind of like open and close with like the direction they're going in with him. But I mean, I am not that invested into it in the first place. So I'm just watching and hoping I see something that like grabs my attention at this point, honestly.
Once Wardlow turns on MJF, I think that'll be a better. Obviously, that's going to be in a better direction for him, and he'll obviously get more spotlight as that kind of thing progresses. But we got to get through this Face of the Revolution ladder match first. He is obviously one of the favorites to win it just because of that whole storyline with MJF of him turning on him, because this is a ladder match for a future TNT Championship opportunity. This is a big match for Wardlow. This is honestly probably one of the biggest matches of his career, other than that match he had like maybe a couple months ago at this point against CM Punk, whenever that happened. This is all up Wardlow's alley for just him to dominate in this ladder match, and I honestly can't wait for that. We also had a Face of the Revolution ladder match qualifier. Speaking of that match, we had Orange Cassidy taking on Anthony Bowens in the main event tonight. Orange Cassidy rapped. Not technically rapped. He rapped in his own way, in his own lazy but just funny ass way. Orange Cassidy is fucking great. I can't. He's great. Anthony Bowens was great in that match tonight. A very good showcase for both of them.
I am still trying to figure out if I like Orange Cassidy or not. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay. It's not for everybody. It's not.
I understand it. I understand what's going on. I don't know. I don't know if I like it, I guess. So I don't know. I'm on the fence with him right now. He's a great wrestler. I'll say that.
Trust me, when I first saw him, when I was first watching AEW, I really didn't get the appeal of him either. But then all of a sudden, I continued watching him. I continued watching Dynamite. I looked back at some of his stuff from the indies and everything like that. He grew on me as I continued watching him. So that's how I would kind of approach that. If you're like just trying to, maybe get into him a little bit more, just check him out. But there was also that. And we also, I forgot. Also speaking of another Revolution match, as this pay-per-view continues to shape up, we had a contract signing again, but this time for the AEW Women's World Championship match between Thunder Rosa and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Good contract signing. Obviously, somebody goes through a table, like always, but hey, Mercedes Martinez and Thunder Rosa, they stand tall. It's a pretty formidable team, if you ask me.
I need Britt to lose very fast. Please.
I think Tony knows what he's doing. I think he's going to pull the trigger at some point. If they don't do it at Revolution, trust me, in Las Vegas at Double or Nothing, I can totally see Thunder Rosa beating Baker there if Revolution's not the place. Plus, it's a big market over there in Vegas. You got the Double or Nothing. It's going to be a good time over there as well. Trust me, dude. If there was a time and place where I can actually go to an AEW pay-per-view, I would totally go to Vegas for Double or Nothing. But yeah, nah, that's probably not going to happen. I just got back from AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, and I'm tired out. So, with that all being said, this was a great show for Rampage. AEW Revolution is continuing to shape up as one of the biggest cards in AEW history, at least on paper. This is a big show for AEW on March 6th, man. It really is. I honestly can't wait for it. We got a ton of great wrestling matches on hand.
I'm gonna watch it. Everyone's screaming at me to watch it, so I'll watch it. I'll see what happens.
No one's forcing you, bro. No one's forcing you, or at least everybody here in our chat's not forcing you. Everybody else on TikTok probably.
You're not, but the comments I've seen this past week are just screaming at me, and I'm like, yes, astoundingly better than WrestleMania. But God, but I'll watch it though.
Man, this was. Well, for 1 hour, it was a good night of professional wrestling. We're going to continue on with the AEW and Friday Night SmackDown post-show review right here on Outside the Brand. There's no news tonight. I tried looking up some news from here and there, whether that be on the AEW or WWE side. But as of right now, we're just going to let things breathe. What's up?
Well, I heard a report about Cody Rhodes, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, but I
if you want to send that over to me,
it's kind of
we can maybe do it now because we can just get this out of the way.
I don't have the link. Someone sent it to me, but I don't have the link anymore. I don't have like the picture of it anymore.
Shoot, maybe I can look it up. What was that big headline then? Because I know
it was about
Cody Rhodes again.
His impending debut and possibly when it could have been.
Oh shoot. Okay. Let me see if they have anything on Fightful.
Yeah.
Patreon. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, they have something posted this afternoon. Latest on Cody Rhodes. The latest on Cody Rhodes is that things have been eerily quiet over the past week. Those in WWE are very specific in saying, quote, if Cody Rhodes comes in, end quote, and, quote, if Cody Rhodes, end quote, pops up and we haven't heard of anyone speaking of plans creatively for him as of yet. That doesn't mean there aren't any, but we haven't heard of them. Last we heard, he wasn't listed for any of the script for Friday Night SmackDown tonight either, which was true. He obviously didn't show up. Those plans could obviously change a lot, which they didn't actually. Wrestlers in WWE still believe he is coming in, but have not been giving any indication from an official standpoint that it is going to be happening. In AEW, those that we spoke to last week and this week still are under the impression of, quote, business as usual. And the subject wasn't discussed nearly as much over this quiet week. One source indicated that they believe Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes are still on friendly and good terms, and don't expect any unsavory comments or reflections to be put forth by either man. Sources in AEW we spoke to said that the particulars had been kept pretty quiet, pretty private. When we reached out to Cody Rhodes last week, the only comment we received was that he's a, quote, stay-at-home dad now, end quote. Those close to him insisted that he was in Orlando to visit friends for a birthday dinner and opposed to the rumors of him heading to the Performance Center. We've not been able to independently confirm or deny those remarks. And that was the end of that report from Fightful Select. I'm just going to say this. And Lav, I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page here. I'm not going to believe Cody Rhodes is in WWE until I freaking see it. I need to see it. I don't know. We don't know yet.
I'm worried and I'm scared. Mostly, I'm just anticipating something that I feel like isn't going to happen. So now I'm just going to shut up and wait because it's starting to annoy me.
We just don't know yet. And we can't really just say he's coming in, or we can't really just say this is all just a big work and he's staying in AEW. We don't know. So until we see something concrete, we can't really elaborate on anything. We can speculate. We can fantasy book all we want, but what's that going to achieve? Nothing. So at the end of the day, if Cody does come in, I'll be excited. If Cody doesn't come in, I mean, actually, it's just going to be a stay-at-home dad. Well, good for him. I mean, he's got a family to take care of. Or are we to say that he can't do that? We'll see what happens. I don't know. It's crazy. This entire Cody Rhodes situation is just gone up and down, and I don't even know what to think anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's right and what's wrong. I really don't.
Just wait and see.
All right. We're going to get right into it, guys. We're going to talk about Friday Night SmackDown first. Because, well, it's what happened first. But we are here, live in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And we begin with Michael Cole standing in the ring for an interview with the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Ronda Rousey. Ronda says that after giving birth to her child, she knew that she had to come back, win the Royal Rumble, and main event WrestleMania again. Rousey then said that she wants to set an example for her daughter. Cole asked Rousey how it felt to finally win the Royal Rumble. Rousey said that it did feel great, but she doesn't want to dwell too much on the past, and she is looking forward to her match against Charlotte Flair and making Charlotte tap out at WrestleMania. Charlotte's music then hits, and the SmackDown Women's Champion makes her way down the entrance ramp. Charlotte says that she did show Rousey some mercy, at Elimination Chamber, but she will not show it at WrestleMania, where she will make Rousey tap out to the figure eight. Sonya Deville then runs in from behind and attacks the surgically repaired knee of Ronda Rousey. 7-time surgically repaired knee made noted by Pat McAfee, who is finally back tonight. Charlotte then grabbed Rousey and slammed her knee into the ring post. Deville taunts Rousey, and then Rousey manages to do a judo throw to Deville to send her outside the ring. Very paint-by-number segment, honestly. Nothing really too exciting here for me. It's just it was just a basic segment for me. I really can't even figure anything out. This wasn't even really all that exciting for me. We got 5 more weeks for this feud to build. How are they going to do this?
Nobody wants this match. I don't know why they're freaking doing this still. I don't understand the purpose of building this nut-ass match. I don't care.
This is just paint by numbers shit to me. It's just basic and safe.
Ronda didn't look like she wanted to be there in the slightest.
No.
Talking.
she's I tweeted it out. I tweeted it out, and I will read my tweet out to you guys because this is exactly how it just came off as. If I can scroll through it, yeah. So I said, I didn't like that beginning at all. I know that Rousey doesn't want to be there just by the way she is speaking. She's in the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania, and she sounds like this. Charlotte is just boring as always. This Open did nothing. Hashtag SmackDown. This was just paint by number shit, and you're being safe. That's not going to build intrigue for your main event of night 1.
There's no point. There's no point in doing this. I don't think anyone really cares. I would rather you build like damn near anything else with the women besides this right here, because like at this point it looks like Ronda's about to win, so we're going from boring champion to another boring champion that doesn't like wrestling, but is going to be the champion of wrestling, so that makes sense. And then we're gonna just continue. It's only going to get worse. I can't imagine this gets better until like the end, but we're at the beginning right now, so the end is going to be very, very a long time from it. It seems like it'll be a long time from now before we get to anything near the end. So it's just
now. Somebody asked me this when I was giving my. I posted a TikTok about the contract signing for the unification match. Somebody asked me in a comment if this was going to lead towards a women's unification match as well at WrestleMania. I told them no, mainly because the match is already set for WrestleMania. Obviously, Charlotte and Ronda are main eventing night 1, and Becky and Bianca are going to be somewhere on the card. We don't know if it's going to be night 2 or night 1, but they're going to be already somewhere on the card because that match is official. Would you want a unification match for the women just so that we can have everybody in one women's division?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't feel like seeing Becky and Charlotte in the same ring again, because that's going to irritate me even more.
Right.
But I mean, no, actually no, hell no, not right now. Wait until Ronda drops the title after she wins at Mania, because right now it will just be Survivor Series all over again, and I don't want to see that.
That's true. That's true.
That's somewhat pointless. So
I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up because I'm like, well, if they're doing it for the world titles, they even said it for the tag team championships, I believe, a couple of nights ago on Raw. They were trying to tease that. I'm like, listen, if you're going to do these title for title unification matches and actually make it one championship, the tag team championship, that one's valid because you only have like fucking 3 tag teams on each show. So you got to fix that. But for the women, if you're going to do something like that, you got to actually make a match that is compelling, and you actually, got to do it for the right reasons. You can't just say we're doing a unification match just to do it. Do it for the right reasons if you're going to do it.
I don't even know if they have a reason. I don't think they have a reason to do it. They're just going to try something, and then hopefully it works.
But yeah, Rousey doesn't want to be there. Charlotte just does not care. paint by number shit, and I just did not care whatsoever. Especially if this is the big main event of night 1 for WrestleMania. We had Los Luthorios versus Big E and Kofi Kingston. Notice how I did not say the New Day because they are not going by the New Day name anymore. And that's just a completely different story. Los Luthorios had the kiss cam again. And the person that was participating in this was an independent wrestler who actually showed up in the 5-minute rookie challenge on Rampage tonight. So there you go. This was so there's that, and we will go over who she is when we get to the AEW Rampage portion of the show. But she was the independent wrestler that was on Rampage tonight against Serena Deeb. So that I found that kind of a little bit intriguing. But regardless, this was we'll get to that match when we get there. But this match between Los Luthorios and Big E and Kofi, they say it's the rubber match on commentary. I was in your live. You're hoping that this is the final one. I doubt it. But it's Los Luthorios and Big E and Kofi. This was not a bad match by any means, but it's these 4 guys. They've always had good matches with each other when they got paired up.
They gotta figure something out because I'm tired of this match. And when I heard him say rubber match, I figured this means that this is gonna be over soon. So I'm just hoping for that because God, it was good the first time, it was okay the second time, and now we're dragging it, and that's what I'm afraid of. So
that's what happens when you only have 3 tag teams in the division loss. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You can't build a tag team rivalry with 3 tag team matches in a row, a singles match between Big E and Angel, Big E and Humberto, and then Kofi versus the 2 in singles matches as well. You can't just build a tag team rivalry off of that. You gotta. There's gotta be substance. I mean, I know there's not obviously that much you can do when it comes to just tag team rivalries, but there's got to be something of substance here. This was just that. And I don't like it being that.
That's all they got, man. That's all they got. It's ridiculous.
So the final portions of this match was Big E tagging Kofi in. Angel throws Kingston outside the ring and hits a suicide dive onto Kofi. Then Kingston dives off the top rope, but Angel hits him with a super kick. Angel then goes up top, but Big E causes a distraction to allow Big E and Kofi Kingston to hit a double team big ending, or I believe they call it the Midnight Hour. And Big E covers for the win. During the match, apparently it was Big E's birthday today. So happy birthday to E. Earlier on in the match, Big E was threatening to run over, I believe it was Humberto that was laid out on the outside with his ATV. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But it was just a distraction. And Big E has an ATV. And Big E and Kofi get the win again. It's can we let this be over? Please. Please.
Because God, it's starting to get bad. But let's hope it's over.
I like the pairing of Humberto and Angel. I do. And it's not just because they're family. I really do like the pairing up between those two. Because those two can actually be good workers with each other if WWE allows them to be. And WWE has actually allowed them to show us what they can do in this so-called rivalry with Big E and Kofi. But you gotta let these guys branch out more. If you guys let them branch out more than just sticking them with one tag team that we know are already good, then we'll know how good Humberto and Angel really are. Because if they can just hang with everybody, then you can legitimately give them a chance.
I don't think they have any other way to. I don't think they have any other way to freaking like go because there's no one else on the roster for them to go against unless you just start making up teams again, which I don't think is the worst idea, but it just doesn't look right.
Yeah. But I'm like, I know this team of Humberto and Garza can work if they just allow them to do it and allow them to build the characters that they want to build. Because they got something here. You just gotta allow them to go through with it. But that's just me. I don't know. We returned to Friday Night SmackDown with the Usos being interviewed backstage. It was by Sam Roberts is the guy? Yeah.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
For some reason Sam Roberts was there, so cool.
Now when I was looking at the Patreon like plans for Friday Night SmackDown tonight, they had everything listed correctly, not obviously in the order, even though I kind of wish this was the order. But they said quote in one of the brackets that they have it here as a backstage element is listed as well. Those specifics aren't known. I'm guessing Sam Roberts was this backstage element because nothing else happened. So if Sam Roberts was this backstage element, I really don't know why you listed him as that. You could have just said Sam Roberts was coming out as like just being the interviewer for the backstage segments.
Yeah.
We really wouldn't care.
I thought it was gonna be something like cool, and I was just okay. That's weird that he's here, whatever.
A backstage element is listed for the show tonight. What do you mean? Just say that Sam Roberts is going to be the backstage interviewer. We don't care. Is Sam Roberts a good talent for them? Yeah, I honestly like the guy. It's just I don't have Sirius XM. Otherwise, I would probably listen to a show. Who knows? But yeah, he was just interviewing the Usos. He was saying that they have a big contract signing tonight. But it's not really them, it's their cousin Roman. And the Usos then referenced the Viking Raiders, who they were scheduled to defend their tag team titles at the Elimination Chamber against. As Jimmy and Jay insult the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar then run up to beat down the Usos, but they leave and the Viking Raiders are mad and they say they want their titles. They want their tag team championship match. Will we get it? I don't know. I don't know if it was made official next week, but they are owed a championship match. Will it actually? See, now, here's what I don't understand about this, Lop, and maybe you can help me out. There's got to be a reason why we did not have that match on Saturday or Sunday, whatever that pay-per-view was. There's got to be a reason.
Wait, say it again?
There's got to be a reason as to why we did not have this match at Elimination Chamber. Other than we had to be short on time. Because that's the reason that they gave us. But there's got to be another reason. Could we potentially see them lose the tag team titles to the Viking Raiders?
If they want to give me something that I haven't seen for the past, I don't know, 8 damn pay-per-views, then maybe, possibly, but most likely not, because I don't think they see any value in the Viking Raiders. So,
because the Usos keep ducking the Viking Raiders in any way possible chance that they can. They've attacked them multiple times on Friday Night SmackDown. They've attacked them at the pay-per-view to a point where it wasn't to a point where they obviously could not have the match, but they made it seem that way at the pay-per-view. And they got attacked tonight by running away, leaving the championships behind. So I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe some kind of big swerve can happen, and we can have these guys as tag team champions. I don't know if anybody would want that. Well, actually, no, probably everybody would want that because everybody's not liking the Usos right now. But I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe something could happen. It'd be a big swerve. I'm telling you that right now.
that would be the word freaking change, and I think they would be scared of the word change at the moment. So I don't know.
Exactly. They would never go for that. So I was just thinking out loud. Maybe something happens. Maybe something doesn't. But we come back from commercial break again. It was just this segment, and then we went to commercial break again for some reason. But we come back, and it was Xia Li taking on Natalya. Xia Li had an interview before she made her entrance. She said she's nervous, she's scared, but she's ready for her debut tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. She had her entrance and everything, and it's the cool CGI stuff that they showed as her first appearance on Friday night. And she was going up against Natalya. They continued to show to us that she is the winningest woman in WWE history with over like 650 wins or something like that, which is honestly impressive. But when you're going up against Xia Li in her first match in WWE, they said that on commentary, you're not going to win, Natalya. I'm sorry. And she didn't. In pretty dominant fashion, Xia Li got the win.
That match ended so freaking quickly, but I don't want to say quickly. It just ended out of nowhere, and I was okay. But I'm more so happy I saw Xia Li for the first time since, I don't know, like, I think she debuted in like October. I'm pretty sure her debut was like October 4th.
Yeah, she got drafted.
Yeah.
She didn't have her first match until now. And like maybe her first real technical appearance was saving Naomi, I believe. That was like 2 months ago. Or somewhere around there. So they really just did not care up until this point, to where now, oh yeah, this is her first match in WWE. It's not. She's had countless matches in NXT, but apparently NXT don't count. To her it does, because she mentioned NXT in her promo.
She did. She definitely did.
But to WWE, it's like, yeah, nah, this is her first match in WWE.
But that would mean they have to acknowledge NXT, and they don't want to do that.
Right, yeah. So, but point is, Xia Li got the win. She did a spinning heel kick, and then Lee covered for the win. So, there you go. So Xia Li actually got a win on her first match for her debut. We had another commercial break, and then we come back with the Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn in the ring as he is about to celebrate his championship victory from last week. Zayn says that justice has finally been served. He calls himself a victim of mass conspiracy that costed him his championship. Zayn says that despite this, the conspiracy was real, but he knows now that he can overcome anything that they throw at him. Zayn then says that he is happy to defend the Intercontinental Championship against anyone brave enough to step up to him. Zayn's celebration is then interrupted by one of the most irrelevant. I'll fucking say it. I don't care. One of the most irrelevant actors I've ever fucking witnessed, and Johnny Knoxville. I don't know him. I don't care to know him, and I really don't care about his movies, even if it's Jackass. He is a jackass for taking spots away.
I don't care about Jackass. I think he's a jackass, and I don't want to see him on my damn TV anymore.
Right. So Knoxville says that he's there to crush Sami Zayn's celebration, like Zayn crushed his movie premiere. Crashed his movie premiere. Excuse me. It's crushing the prestige of the Intercontinental Championship. I'll say that. Knoxville then says that he wants to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. Zayn goes to exit the ring, but then comes back for a cheap shot. Knoxville is in the corner, and Zayn hits Knoxville with 2 haluva kicks. This is all but confirmed that this is going to be the match at WrestleMania. And it's fucking sad.
Very, very sad. Very, very sad. He should have left by now.
Like, you know how many fucking Hall of Famers have held this championship before today's main roster? And this is the way they have to look at this championship?
We were just talking about making it a more relevant title, and then a week later, Knoxville, yeah.
It's a fucking disgrace, man. Like,
he
guys like, yeah.
He sucks.
It's just fucking disgraceful. There's nothing good about that. Like, there's nothing good about this. You can't really spin this in a way that'll actually make this okay. You can't. If you can, I don't know how you did it, because it's just not possible. Guys like Mr. Perfect, Ravishing Rick Rude, and many other WWE legends, past or present, have to be rolling in their fucking graves, especially for those two and others just being disgusted about how this championship is being portrayed.
Yeah, man, it's really scary. I don't know what they're intending on at WrestleMania, but I don't think there should be no reason why we don't know what AJ Styles is doing, but Knoxville is just penciled in. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, I made a TikTok earlier today. I don't know if it came around to you or not yet, but I did a TikTok where it says, when you realize these WWE Raw superstars don't have a clear path towards WrestleMania. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Riddle, and Seth Rollins. None of those 5 guys know what the fuck they're doing at WrestleMania. We have a potential plan for Stone Cold and Kevin Owens, but that's not confirmed yet. He needs to show up in the next 5 weeks. AJ Styles is technically rumored to face Edge, but until that actually is confirmed, we don't know. Randy and Riddle could be going up against each other, but they need to build that shit in the next 5 weeks. And Seth Rollins might not actually even be here in WrestleMania. There's no clear path for those guys. But yet Johnny Knoxville is getting an Intercontinental title match. Fucking disgrace. I honestly can't. Okay. Yep. But yeah, guys, it's a disgrace. The Intercontinental Championship did used to mean something, Aiden. It did. It used to be the workhorse championship. And now I don't even know, guys. It's a disgrace. It really, really is a disgrace. First champion, Pat Patterson. Honky Tonk Man. The longest reign in that championship's history. Ric Flair, Jeff Hardy, Big Show, Rey Mysterio. Those are just some names that I just listed off. I mean, Chris Jericho. Cody Rhodes, Miz. Miz is probably one of the greatest Intercontinental champion. You can put him at least in your Mount Rushmore. Bret Hart. There are so many people that have held this championship, and it's just being in this light right now. We then had a match between Sasha Banks and Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi did not get a ring entrance, did not get a ring introduction. She just stood there in the ring while Sasha was making her entrance. She got an introduction. But Shotzi, she was just left. She was just in the ring, just waiting, and she never even got a fucking announcement. This match was short as hell, and Naomi was on commentary for this. Why? We didn't know up until the ending of the match. The match began with Shotzi slapping Banks in the face. Banks then hit a suplex and follows up with a second suplex. But Shotzi then counters the third attempt for obviously the three amigos she was going for. And she slammed her on the top rope. Banks then hit a Meteora and locks into Banks' statement, and Shotzi quickly tapped out. I'm sorry to say this, guys. If you guys want to listen, I know you guys are probably not going to want to hear this, but you know how WWE loves to do their spring cleaning. You know how WWE and Nick Khan love to free up money for budget cut reasons or what have you. Shotzi might be one of them. And that is a damn shame. Shotzi might be one of them.
Yeah, she might be done. She might be gone because they brought her to the main roster and she hasn't been on TV in I don't know how long. Then
she didn't even get a fucking ring introduction, bro.
That's what I'm saying. We were talking about Sasha, and then like on live we were talking about Sasha like 45 minutes before she came out. And I'm like, oh great, Sasha's here. And then 20 minutes later, it's just like I'm happy that Sasha's here, but at the expense of Shotzi just getting no ring entrance, just a little nameplate, and then losing in like 3 minutes. What was the purpose? You know what I'm saying?
Why the fuck did I open our group chat?
What do you mean?
I see WrestleFeed.app about Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah.
Why the fuck did I open up our group chat? What the fuck is this?
I don't know what that's about. No. I want to talk about it. I don't know what's that. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, if this is true, fuck this company. But it says here WrestleFeed.app. WWE CEO Vince McMahon is considering return to the ring at WrestleMania 38. What the hell is this? According to Brad Shepard, who broke some WrestleMania stories in recent memory, is reporting the following, quote, a source in WWE told me that the 76-year-old CEO Vince McMahon is considering, in all caps, getting back in the ring for WrestleMania 38. It is absolutely not official, just something currently being on the table right now. Ultimately, it will be up to Vince himself. I am also told that there are people around Vince in WWE looking to talk him out of doing this. End quote. Vince wrestled his last match on October 8th, 2012 episode of Monday Night Raw, where he faced CM Punk. The match ended in a no contest. McMahon's last match at WrestleMania took place in 2010, where he was defeated by Bret the Hitman Hart. Don't fucking do this. Don't. The fuck are we doing here? I don't even remember that match in 2012, nor do I probably even want to fucking remember it. And I do remember that match against Bret Hart at WrestleMania, and that shit was fucking terrible. Don't do this.
There's no purpose at all to have this match. I don't know why they're even going through with it.
And what would he even do?
I don't know. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know where you even go with this.
What, are they going to bring back the Stone Cold Vince rivalry again? Is that what Stone Cold's coming back for?
Oh, God. I hope not.
I'd rather see Kevin at that point. Drew McIntyre versus MadCap Moss after a commercial break. First of all, I heard this match was happening. Then all of a sudden, I got a report saying that this match was not happening because of McIntyre, because of Moss's neck, and they wanted to protect him. And then all of a sudden, this match happened. Can we not get a clear report out to us here? Because I swear this match is not happening.
I don't understand what they were trying to do with this one. I got like 4 different reports that this wasn't happening, then it just happened. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Because they said this match was happening first. I got this notification during the day. Then during work, I got a notification saying that this match was not happening and that it's just going to be Baron Corbin in replacement of that. So I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. They're trying to protect MadCap and his neck from what happened in Saudi Arabia. That's okay. And then all of a sudden, this match just happened in front of my TV screen tonight. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, wrong. Reports were wrong. Was this match any better? Not really. Were they building this around that reverse Alabama slam in the neck? Yes, they were, and I'm fucking scared about that. Why do we have to build the match around that? It was a terrible fucking mistake. Don't do it again.
I don't know what they're even planning with this. So I'm very afraid. I'm very afraid.
So we're back from commercial break, and we have Moss having McIntyre in a chinlock, of course. And McIntyre hits a lariat and hits a big belly-to-belly throw. McIntyre then hits a neck breaker, and off a Corbin distraction, Moss hits a thumb to the eye. Moss then throws McIntyre to the corner, and Moss gets a cover for a 2 count. McIntyre then hits a Claymore out of nowhere and gets the pinfall victory. Drew McIntyre picks up the win, and at the end of the day, we are sadly going to be having Happy Corbin versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. All I'm saying is, Drew, you deserve better, man. You deserve better. And it's just plain and simple. It was supposed to be Baron versus Drew tonight. Yeah, it was. But they changed it again. Happy Corbin needs to go poor again. Listen, bro. I don't know what needs to happen with Corbin, but he's having a match at WrestleMania against Drew McIntyre, so this was just a build towards that. L-Mania. L-Mania, indeed. We had another commercial break. And we are back live at Reigns in the ring, where the contract signing is set up with Pierce and the other WWE officials in the ring. Heyman then calls the WrestleMania match, the biggest match in WrestleMania history. Bigger than Hogan and Andre, bigger than Stone Cold versus The Rock, or when Heyman conquered The Undertaker's undefeated, or when he conquered Undertaker's undefeated streak. I was on your live, Loft, when he said that. You were like, you? What do you mean, you?
Yeah.
You didn't do it.
Those are you. What are you talking about?
So this is where everything kind of just went completely. I thought the fucking show was over. So Heyman says the security is in the ring to protect Brock from his tribal chief, and that is what you call a cliffhanger. Snaps his fingers, screen went black, and it went to commercial. What the fuck was that?
I was so confused. I was like, is it over now? I was like, I don't know what to do.
I low-key thought the show ended 15 minutes before the show was supposed to end at 10 o'clock. I legitimately thought the show ended. I'm like, okay. Oh, great. We're not getting a contract signing. What the fuck? Who the fuck was screaming?
That was my fault.
No worries. But I legitimately thought the show was over. I was so confused.
There's something wrong with Paul Heyman. I don't know why you write that up. I was like, yeah, all right. Commercial break right here.
Okay. Commercial break right here. As soon as I send my fingers, make it go black. Like, what?
That was so cool. I was convinced my TV just went off.
Yeah, like I thought my TV went off, and then all of a sudden it showed a commercial, so I'm like, okay. But then I looked towards my clock, it was only 9:45, and I'm like, okay, wait a second. That better not be the end of the show. So I was just very confused. Did we hear the crowd chant Hershey chocolate? I did not. Did you hear that?
They definitely were chanting that.
When were they chanting that?
I didn't see it until later. Someone posted a video of it on Instagram.
Oh, I did not hear that. So if you can tell me where they were possibly saying that, maybe I can go back and watch it. But yeah, they Paul thinks he's Thanos and he snapped his finger. He pretty much was. He snapped his fingers, the screen went black, and then we went to commercial like maybe 5 minutes later. The Botch guy made a video about it. Okay, I'll watch his video. He actually showed up on a live like maybe 50 episodes ago here. It was pretty freaking awesome. Shout out to you, Botch. But yeah, we come back from commercial break and the show was not actually over. We're back live and the WWE champion was making his way to the ring. I believe during the entrance, and you can probably confirm this, Loff, Pat McAfee said that he was like the alpha male of like everyone's existence or something of that nature. He was just the alpha male, which he is, so I didn't really disagree with him on that, but kind of found that funny. Pat McAfee's just great.
Brock Lesnar is definitely the alpha male of like everything.
He's just everything.
He's a big man.
He is a big man. He's a farmer man. He's jeans. Lesnar does his own introduction while mocking Heyman's style. Lesnar says that the security guards in the ring would not stop him for 1 second, and that the only thing stopping him is himself and the contract on that table. Lesnar signs the contract and throws it at Reigns. Heyman tells Lesnar he's just sick of the disrespect that Lesnar shows him. Heyman tells Lesnar that he won't be making it to WrestleMania, and this match won't be a champion versus champion unification match after all, because he will lose the WWE Championship next Saturday in Madison Square Garden. They mentioned that event again, dude, and from what I'm hearing, it's not televised.
I don't know what to do with this.
I don't know what to think.
I wish I could see it.
Like, the way that they're promoting it, you have to show it now. It's in Madison Square Garden, and you have a WWE title match. Against who? We don't know. It could probably be against, like, fucking Ricochet for all we know. It's going to be fucking easy for him. But with the way they're doing it, you have to fucking show it now.
Something's going on. I don't know what.
Reports were coming out earlier on this week. I don't know if you saw this, but WWE is trying to bring back Saturday night's main event.
I saw that.
Is that it? Is that what we're getting here? Because if it is, then you have to show that.
Pretty much. I would assume you show it. I mean,
right? So I don't know. Maybe we'll get more on it next week. Maybe we will get this televised, or at least on Peacock, and we'll see what happens. But they're mentioning this way too much in order for us not to see it.
Yeah, this card looks absolutely insane. So I assume they show it in some shape or form.
Wait, they actually released the card?
No, from what they're talking about it so far, I mean.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, because if they release the card, then that's also another aspect. If you show us the card, then you kind of have to tell us at this point. But he says he's going to lose the championship next Saturday in Madison Square Garden. Reigns signs the contract and he calls the WWE Championship his title. He just went on this fucking rant after he signs the contract, and I don't know if how it like came off to you as, but Roman was just fucking sick and tired of this shit, and he just wants the match now.
I loved it.
To me,
I loved it. I thought it was pretty good.
It was great. I like the way that he did this. It's just he just does not give a single fuck anymore. He wants this match. He wants to be the champion of just WWE. And this just came off great. I loved it. He said that championship is my championship. He says that this show is his show. Everybody here works for him, including the security. These commentators, that commentary desk is mine. That WrestleMania sign is mine because I'm WrestleMania. I'm Friday Night SmackDown. Everybody here works for me. People in the back work for me. Everybody in fucking existence work for me. I'm the head of the table for a fucking reason. The security guards then turned to face Lesnar. There's like nine guys. Small as hell. I'm like, these guys are gonna get fucking crushed by Lesnar. And I was right in saying that. Because then Brock Lesnar just destroys him. He fucking flips the table. He picks up the table. He chucks like legitimate chairs at these guys, throwing them around like a fucking rag doll. He does not care. but that's Jeans. That's Jeans. He just does not care. He'll throw a fucking table at you. He'll throw a fucking chair at you. He don't care. So the security team gets destroyed, and Reigns is just looking at him as SmackDown goes off the air. If you didn't watch SmackDown up until this point, you didn't miss anything. You were good in doing that, actually.
I don't know why those guards thought they were going to stop Brock Lesnar. I don't know what they thought they were signing up for, but
he picks up a table, he just launches it at him. He picked up like one of the chairs that they were sitting in and just throws it at one of them. Got fucking murdered. None of those guys were even have a fucking chance.
Yeah, they got to go home after that one.
But that's it, guys. That was your Friday Night SmackDown portion of the review. Let's check the chat. We got Aiden and Josh in here, and Mo, as always. You know, you guys are fucking beasts. You guys show up every single time, and we love you for it. We want to continue the train going, guys. We love that you guys are here each and every single time. I didn't technically finish selling out to you guys, so please, if you guys don't follow us on social medias already, all the TikTok links are down in the description below. Follow me on social media at PhillyMatt_. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Click that subscribe button down below, and also hit that thumbs up button as well. As we're on the road to 500 subscribers, we want to hit that by WrestleMania. It looks like it probably can't happen, but if we can at least get to 400 by WrestleMania, that would be fucking awesome. Go get your merchandise. Laugh. Is everybody? Yes, it is the merch. Bonfire.com is the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandising. We got t-shirts, hoodies, mugs. Yes, we got coffee mugs for you guys, for you coffee lovers out there. And we got face masks. So if you want to rep OTB on your face, go get a face mask. All that is exclusive to bonfire.com. We're gonna continue to grow the store each and every time. And yeah, man, it's great times over there on bonfire.com. Go get your merch today. All right, guys, we're going to get right into the AEW Rampage portion of the review. It was not live from Bridgeport, Connecticut, but I was there live in Bridgeport, Connecticut for all of this. And this was great. This is a great extra hour. Actually, no. Extra fourth hour, I should say, of wrestling for me that day. Considering I saw Dark Elevation, Rampage, and Dynamite. So actually, yeah, 5 fucking hours. Jesus Christ, I forgot about that. This is a great 5th hour of wrestling for me in Bridgeport that night. And this was just a great show, man. But we started off with a banger and that TNT Championship match. Both of them were already in the ring. And we just got right into it, man. I liked it. I liked that we got right into the action.
I turned it on. They were already wrestling, so I was like, okay, cool. But I definitely didn't watch this match all the way through.
Yeah. This match was good, though. It was a good, I believe, 12, 13 minutes, I would calculate this as. Sammy Guevara obviously retained both championships. But yeah, I mean, Sammy won. He retains. Andrade did lose, but hey, it was ultimately due to Matt Hardy, and there was some kind of miscommunication going on between the AHFO. So something's happening, and that stable's not going to be lasting that much longer. So
they're teasing Jeff coming there very quickly. So I mean,
yes.
We're just waiting for it now.
Yeah. There's more erratic behavior by Jeff Hardy by Matt Hardy rather each and every single time. During a commercial break, this was actually during the show. Oh wait, no, that was on Dynamite. But as you saw during the on Dynamite, if you saw it, the Jade Cargill match with the Bunny. Matt Hardy was doing the whole delete to Mark Sterling. And they're just getting ready for it, bro. Each and every single time you see it, you know something's happening. So we'll get there when we get there. Apparently, there's another big surprise this week on Dynamite. Tony mentioned it again. I don't know what this entails. Everybody thinks he bought Ring of Honor. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll see what happens. But point is, Sammy retained the championships, and Andrade is not buried, so don't worry. I hate that they overuse that fucking word, dude. I hate it. But Sammy retains. That's all that matters.
They just throw that word around these days, and I don't like it.
They throw it around for people that lose matches.
Yeah.
If you lose a match, you're buried. Which is not the case.
Well, now,
and I feel like that's only used for AEW instance.
I told you why. This company's becoming top heavy already. Now,
yeah,
they have a way you can fix it, but you just.
But there are people in WWE that are buried, and nobody uses it for that.
That's not true. We know who's buried in WWE.
Yeah, but they don't call it out.
What do you mean?
Like the WWE WWE shills on social media don't call it out.
Listen, we do that shit on every podcast. We know who's buried and who's not buried.
Yeah, we do, because we know this shit.
AEW is going to get that attack on Twitter because one, I think mostly Twitter is like a place for people just to say words that don't make any sense. But I mean, AEW is going to become top heavy right now or very, very soon. So the word buried every time someone loses, you're going to hear that a lot now because now whoever freaking loses that they think they should not lose is going to get in trouble. Imagine if Adam Cole loses, which he probably might. Then what? He's going to say he got buried because you got too many future world champions and people who should be world champions on one freaking show. And now it's like the end of Incredibles. If everyone is super, no one can be. If everyone is freaking amazing wrestlers, no one can be champion because you got too many people on the damn show.
No, I know. I get that. I do, and I honestly agree with you. I do. I've been saying this along with you, man. We are getting really crowded here, but you can't just throw the fucking word buried around here.
You're right about that. The word buried should not be thrown around as much because they just say about whatever. But
that's the only really thing I'm saying here.
Yeah,
it's just the word buried. I understand to the point that we're getting really top heavy here, and I understand we're crowded. Trust me. And I'm honestly really inclined to agree with you, but I can't. It's not.
I'm just saying you're gonna hear that word a lot more because of the state of the roster. Like you're gonna hear that every time someone who's like from WWE or someone that they signed that they believe should be world champion, they're gonna use the word buried because that's the only word that they I guess feel that can be used at the moment. I don't agree with it, but you're gonna hear it a lot more. This is not the end.
It's I don't know, man, but yeah, it wouldn't have made sense for Andrade to win the championships either, though. So I was just saying, like, if Sammy lost this championship, people would be pissed there too. So nobody could fucking AEW fans just obviously can't win. In a sense of that, if you want Sammy to be champion, fine, but you're booking Andrade there, and everybody loves Andrade. I don't know. I guess you can technically count this as booking people into corners, but
in a way,
I don't know. This is just. I'm really inclined to agree with you that we are kind of getting really crowded here, but I don't know what to do then at that point. Well, obviously we know what to do. Just stop signing people, but it's just a very. I don't know. I love this company so much, but there's definitely some flaws in this company that need to be addressed. I think he'll be back. I think he will. Hopefully. But yeah, this was totally something to at least elaborate on. Here, wait. There we go. Okay, there we go. We then had the Serenity 5-minute rookie challenge. Here, wait, let me open this up, guys, because I do want to give this girl some credit. She did actually wrestle here tonight, and she was actually on the Kiss Cam for Friday Night SmackDown tonight, so I do want to give her credit where that is due. I don't know where I put it now. let me find it. There it is. Okay. Let me find it. Huh. Never mind. It got lost. But just so you know that the Kiss Cam person, she was actually on Rampage on Rampage tonight as the rookie for the 5-minute open challenge. Laptop sucks. I'm sorry, Loff. I'm sorry. But it took about 2.5 minutes for Serenity to kick her ass. She ended it with the Serenity lock, and it was an easy tap out for Serena Deeb, and yeah, so it was a good match for her. Serena's obviously the right choice to win that Owen Hart Cup tournament, and that's just easy as that. To answer your question, Josh, yes, that is the exact same Serena Deeb. She was the one that had her head shaved on that Friday, on that episode of SmackDown, and joined the Straight Edge Society. It was that exact Serena Deeb. So yeah, she's doing great things in AEW. She's fantastic, and yeah, man, this is a great way they're using Serena, and she's the obvious choice for the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Obvious choice. If she does not at least make it to the finals, I have no idea what AEW is doing, because she fucking deserves that. She really does. I want to see her in the finals at Double or Nothing in Vegas, for sure. We then had the AEW Women's World Championship contract signing. No. Before the 5-minute open challenge, I believe we had that match between Wardlow and Nick Comoroto. That match is fucking great. That match was just a great showcase for both of them. Nick Comoroto's he is a fucking big ass dude, man, and Wardlow was just power bombing him with ease. He was power bombing that man with ease, and I was so happy that Wardlow got that victory. I was super happy. Nick Comoroto is usually a guy that you can find on AEW Dark losing every single time. But he had a great showcase match here against Wardlow, who was in that Face of the Revolution ladder match. When we were watching that live in the arena, I was telling my friend that this guy's usually a jobber. He normally does not win all that much on Dark or wherever he shows up, and he could not believe me. He did not believe me. He's like, this guy can't be a jobber. Look at this man. I'm like, I know. The guy, you wouldn't think he'd be a jobber just by the way he looks, but he is. But he does not win all that often, and he had a great showcase tonight. Wardlow's great. There's nothing really much to say about Wardlow other than the fact that he is just fucking fantastic. He is going to be one of the favorites heading into that ladder match. He could honestly possibly win this to further the storyline with MJF that he has of pretty much turning on MJF. But it was just a fucking impressive win for Wardlow. Nick Comoroto is not a small man. He is huge as hell. And it was just a great match for both of them. It really showed what they can do. I'm very happy for those guys. We then had the AEW Women's World Championship contract signing between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Thunder Rosa. Rosa was holding the title and celebrating with Mercedes Martinez at the end of it all, but with all of that being said, this match is going to be great for AEW Revolution. If Thunder does not win it here at AEW Revolution, she can obviously win it at the next pay-per-view at Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, which could obviously be a bigger spot for her to win the championship. But man, this was a great contract signing. We got Thunder Rosa jumping over the table to attack Britt Baker after both of them did sign the contract, and yeah, Mercedes Martinez tried to put Jamie Hayter through the table. It didn't break first, but then both of them did a powerbomb spot to Jamie Hayter, and it actually did break the table. And they were just she was just holding the championship as that segment ended. Josh, I did not propose to her. I yelled I love you in the crowd when the crowd was at least semi-silent. Obviously, you couldn't hear it on the TV, but yeah, I did scream at the fucking top of my lungs, "I love you" to Britt when she was saying that, like, you don't hate me, you love me, you love this, you love everything that I'm about. I screamed, I love you too, but obviously nobody heard that. Everybody in my fucking circle of seats were everybody in that section was laughing at the top of their lungs at me, but I'm like, hey, I don't fucking care. I love Britt Baker, and everybody should know that. But it was great. The contract signing was great to see. And then we had our main event, the Face of the Revolution ladder match qualifier between Orange Cassidy and Anthony Bowens. This was great. Max Caster's got bars. Anthony Bowens is fantastic in the ring. And Orange Cassidy fucking rapped. He fucking rapped in his own weird, creative way. And it was just fantastic. Max Caster was egging him on to say something on the mic. And Orange Cassidy was like, yo, listen, yo. And then he points the microphone to the ground. He does his kicks. He does his weak kicks. And as soon as he was about to go for his weak super kick to the shin, Caster tried to close on him. He ducks out of the way. He drop kicks him out of the ring. The match starts. And with hands in pockets, well, with one hand in a pocket and the other still holding the microphone, he does a drop kick to Bowens. He does a kip up. And he says, "Word to your mother." He drops it. He kicks it out of the ring. And he continues on with the fucking match. Does his tope suicida outside. And he just has a fucking fantastic match for the Face of Revolution qualifier, where Orange Cassidy does pick up the win after hitting an orange punch on Anthony Bowens. And it was a great match. Seeing that live, seeing Orange Cassidy live was fucking great. I do have some Rampage footage for TikTok. I will be uploading that all day tomorrow, so you guys can be on the lookout for that. I did not get the Orange Cassidy part of the rapping because, let's be real, who fucking thought that he was going to be rapping that tonight? So I did not get that, but obviously if they post it out on their Twitter or their YouTube, I'm obviously going to screen record that and post it because it's just funny as hell. I did get the Max Caster rap though, so you guys will be hearing that. You guys will be seeing that. But I got a ton of Rampage footage, so you guys will definitely see that on my TikTok. Orange Cassidy is just fucking great, and this ladder match is looking to be one of the best Face of the Revolution ladder matches in the company's history. I'll go over every single name that is in this now, because this match is fucking great looking. We got so much in this ladder match that I don't even think people really understand. Like the gratitude and like the absolute sheer power that we got in this match. We have Keith Lee, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and now Orange Cassidy. One more spot to be determined for the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Now that could be a debut, like that could be like a Joker, so to speak, for the Face of the Revolution ladder match, or we can have a Face of the Revolution qualifying match, whether that be on Rampage next week or at Daily's place at AEW Dynamite this coming Wednesday. But that's a fantastic match for the Face of the Revolution ladder match. I could seriously any of the three powerhouses. I can totally see winning. I can see Keith Lee winning, obviously. I can see Wardlow winning just to advance that into the whole MJF story. And I can see Powerhouse winning. Oh, what up, man?
Hello.
So yeah, we the 5-minute rookie challenge we talked about earlier. Serenity was fucking great. 2.5 minutes, easy dub. The person that she actually dominated tonight was actually the Kiss Cam girl.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was that. We had the Thunder Rosa Britt Baker contract signing. That was fucking great. There was a table spot that Mercedes Martinez tried to put Jamie Hayter through the table. It obviously didn't work out because the tables in AEW just don't break for some reason. But once they did a double powerbomb spot to Jamie Hayter, it broke. And Thunder Rosa was holding the championship to end that segment. If it's not going to be a Revolution, dude, I'm telling you right now, Double or Nothing in Vegas, that could be a big spot for Thunder Rosa. And then we had to face a Revolution qualifying match between Orange Cassidy and Anthony Bowens. Fucking fantastic match. Orange Punch for the win. And he advances into this powerhouse heavy Face of the Revolution ladder match. This ladder match is looking great, dude.
That's going to be something to watch because none of them look like they're going to have a hard time just throwing each other around. So
Keith Lee, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, and now Orange Cassidy.
I'm happy they evened it out because it's just like 4 powerhouses just ramming each other in there.
And then we have one more spot to be determined. Now that can either be determined on this upcoming Dynamite, on next week's Rampage, or it could be a Joker type situation, and we can just have a surprise entrant in this ladder match. We don't know. But this Face of Revolution ladder match is for a future TNT Championship opportunity. And yeah, man, this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait. This entire card is looking phenomenal. We got a casino battle royal. Sorry, for the final spot in the 3-way tag match for the AEW tag team titles. So we'll find that out. We have the TBS championship on the line on that pay-per-view. Should be a great match. We finally did get confirmation about what Andrade, Sammy, and Darby Allin are going to be doing at the pay-per-view. It's sadly not going to be a triple threat for the TNT title. The TNT title is actually not going to be defended on Revolution on March 6th. It's going to be a 6-man tag.
That's interesting.
It's Andrade, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy versus Sammy Guevara, Sting, and Darby Allin. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they can do a triple threat in Vegas. Who knows? But I'm telling you, like that, there's gonna have to be something with the triple threat between those three guys, Andrade, Darby, and Sammy, because they've all gone mixed up with each other. So we'll see what happens. Chris Jericho and Eddie is obviously confirmed. Moxley and Danielson's obviously confirmed. We obviously got the dog collar match between Punk and MJF. That's going to be fucking brutal. That might be the first dog collar match I believe WAP has ever seen.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a thing to witness. If you want to, check the actual first dog collar match in AEW history. Brody Lee versus Cody Rhodes on an episode of Dynamite. I can send you that episode. That was fucking fantastic. It was for the TNT title too, I believe. But yeah, that was the first ever dog collar match in AEW history. Those matches are brutal, man. You're gonna want to sit down and just watch. Put your phone away. Put your phone on the table and just watch a beautiful classic known as a dog collar match. We have Dr. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa official for Revolution AEW Women's World Championship. And obviously, the two Adams face off for the World Championship. Hangman, Adam Page versus Adam Cole, Bay. Shaping up to be one of the best pay-per-views AEW's ever put on, bro. At least on paper.
It sounds great. It sounds freaking amazing.
March 6th, 2022, in the Edition Financial Arena in Orlando, Florida. Imagine if Nico Extra is going to be there, dude.
Oh, God.
He just shows up at AEW. Hell, he shows up on NXT every single week.
Yeah. Yeah, every
I just hear, do you really want to taste it every single time on my goddamn following page. And the last one was goddamn Nikita, who I love, but every single time I'm just gonna see young.
Do you know that the NXT shows are free?
They're free?
Yeah, I'm going to one in the summer. I'm going now. I didn't know they were free.
When the hell were they free?
Yes, this whole time apparently.
No, I mean they are still in the Performance Center.
Yeah, I'm just going. I'm gonna make sure Nikita's.
I'm just going. I'm doing it. I don't care.
That's the next objective. I'm
so could you just sit anywhere you want then? If it's free?
I have no idea. I just know it's free.
If you can sit anywhere, man, you better get on that camera.
I know exactly where the hard camera's at. That's why.
You better get on that camera, bro. If it's free and you're gonna just sit anywhere.
Nikita's on the card.
I had no idea it was freaking free, bro. That's insane. No wonder why Nico's there every day.
I can see it. Nikita, Elektra, Mello. Oh my God, this sounds like a great night.
I believe. Who was the one that asked if I proposed to Britt on Wednesday? I believe it was Aiden that said it. It was Josh. Excuse me. It was Josh. He asked if I proposed to Britt Baker on Wednesday when I saw that segment. I'm like, no, I didn't propose, but when the crowd was semi-silent, I did scream at the top of my fucking lungs, "I love you, Britt Baker."
There it is.
Now, everybody in my kind of section was laughing the fuck out of me because I just screamed at the top of my lungs, "I love you, Britt Baker." I'm like, I don't give a shit. They should. Everybody should know in the fucking world that I love this woman, and she deserves to know. And And yeah, so I was like, it's fucking great. And she was on my television screen and live and in person. And it was great. I'm gonna have some AEW Rampage footage posted tomorrow. And Orange Cassidy rapped tonight, dude. It was great.
Rapped.
He was fucking great, dude. All he did tonight, bro, Max Caster begged him to just say something on the microphone. He threw the mic at him, picks it up. He was saying, yo,
Oh my God.
listen, yo. He points the microphone down to the ground. And you know how he does those like weak super kicks or whatever he does?
Yeah.
He was doing those. The crowd was obviously going like the whole and like the same thing as they always do for those.
Yeah.
And as he was getting ready for the super kick to the shin, Caster tried to close on him. He ducks out of the way, drop kicks Caster out of the ring, and he was still holding the microphone during this entire thing. With a hand in his pocket, he drop kicks Bowens as the match starts, and Bowens goes to the outside of the ring. He still has the microphone in his hand, and he says, "Word to your mother." Drops the mic, kicks it out of the ring, and just does a tope suicida as soon as he drops the mic. Match continues. He has a fucking great match, and it ends with a super orange punch as he moves on into the Face of Revolution ladder match. But I'm like, this guy fucking, he says "word to your mother" on TV, and just fucking goes at it in a Face of Revolution ladder match qualifier. It was great.
Wow.
I loved it. I was like, what the hell? Who knew Max? Who knew Orange Cassidy had bars like that? You know,
bars like that.
But yeah, this was a great episode of Rampage. I saw it live in person, the 5th hour of professional wrestling on a Wednesday night. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did it. I barely have enough trouble with Raw. But I stayed there for Dark Elevation, Dynamite, and then Rampage. That's 5 hours, bro.
That's tough. It's very tough.
If you go to the one in Philly, if you get there for the openings of 6, you'll see the exact same stuff. Dark and Dark Elevation are taped. From 6 to 7 is Dark. 7 to 8 is Dark Elevation. 8 to 10 is obviously the live edition of Dynamite, and then from 10 to 11 is Rampage, all in at one time. That's if you go. That's if you can't. But that's how they do it every time.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet.
That's how they do it every time. That's how they did it for the Grand Slam event too when I went there in New York.
Wow.
So it's a really fun time, bro. And I'm not just trying to say, hey, go to every single AEW event. It's a fucking fun time, but it really is a fun time. The crowd is electric. They are super nice to talk to. Not saying that WWE crowds aren't, but like it's just a different vibe over there. There's something about an AEW crowd that is completely different than a WWE crowd, and you can see it in person. And like you can feel it. There's something about being in a crowd of that type of an atmosphere. It's something that I can't even really explain in the words. You kind of just have to exist in it to see. Dark is usually at Universal too, but sometimes they just have dark tapings at Universal where they do multiple weeks at a time at times. It is louder than WWE crowds. I will say that too, Josh. Yeah. It's just something to witness. It's just something to be a part of. I think everybody should at least try one AEW event. I feel bad for Bash though.
Oh yeah, they never go over there.
For the 3 years that AEW's been a thing, they have not gone to Michigan yet, and I feel bad for Panda too because he's right there. He's in Michigan too.
They just keep ignoring them for some odd reason.
They just keep ignoring Michigan, and I feel so bad.
Mm-hmm.
The whole new people are asking me, Phil, why the hell did you ever want to go to New York? One reason, and that was Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson.
Oh yeah,
I needed to see that. Yeah. There are just some matches that you just need to see in life. I needed to see that match. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great time. If you saw just how, I mean, you obviously saw how the Webster Bank Arena looked for AEW Dynamite. It looked great. Like it's a perfect venue for AEW. And trust me, they'll come back here and they'll be in the XL Center soon enough. But and they gotta build more popularity. It's only 3 years old. We'll be fine here in the Webster Bank Arena.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this was a great episode of AEW Rampage. It was just a great night on Wednesday. And yeah, man, that's it for both AEW and Friday Night SmackDown. Speaking of Dynamite, though, I do want to do a Dynamite review, considering about what happened on that show. Fucking Buddy Matthews debuted on that show. That in itself is fantastic. I was a huge Buddy Murphy mark. I'm a huge Buddy Matthews mark. It's just great to see him there, and he fits so well with House of Black.
Yeah, it seemed like it. I was in and out of that show too, but Buddy Matthews coming out, that was something. He just popped down there. I freaking loved the Bryan Danielson and Lee Moriarty match. That was I think I love anything that Bryan does. So
yeah, Danielson and Garcia had a great match in the main event. I'm glad they got that spotlight.
Wait, was that match against Lee Moriarty or Garcia?
Daniel Garcia. He did have a match against Lee Moriarty a couple weeks ago, but this was against Daniel Garcia.
Oh, that's what I remember. Okay.
So yeah, I'm glad they got that spotlight. It actually came out it was like a very small report that didn't really get that much notoriety from any other news source in the wrestling community, but Bryan actually wanted the main event with Garcia. He wanted that main event so that he can show the young kid how a big caliber main event like that can work. And obviously that showed him wonders because Garcia performed great in that main event.
Yeah.
So Danielson wanted that main event for that kid just to show him how things could be in the near future for him. Kudos to him because that was a great showcase, and Danielson obviously has something to show him. So good on both of them.
Yeah.
And then Penta Oscuro, the Pentagon Dark showed up there too. That was great. Was that your first time seeing Pentagon Dark?
You said what?
Was Pentagon Dark showed up on that Dynamite too? Was that your first time seeing Pentagon in that dark form?
Yeah.
How was that experience for you? Did you see? What were your thoughts on that?
It was cool. I mean, I didn't have any I didn't have like any distinct thoughts about it. I was still watching, so I think it was positive. I was just looking. He looked cool to me. So
Fucking Alex Alperhantes, he just went all out on that. The manager that he came out with,
yeah,
fucking looking like a vampire like persona of his own. I was like, whoa, this guy's insane. Yeah, this was a great Dynamite. I'll probably have a full show review of that. Maybe either tomorrow or maybe Sunday. Sunday's probably going to be the better bet. But if anybody wants to come on, they can, and we can talk about AEW, and then we'll be caught up for that week because that's really the only show we missed.
Okay.
For the week. And then we'll be right back. Right back to Monday Night Raw. We got 5 more weeks to WrestleMania, so there we go.
Oh boy.
But that will be the week of Revolution. So that's going to be the final Dynamite. That's going to be the final Rampage, and then Revolution on that Sunday. So,
should be interesting.
It's going to be a good week, guys. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a good rest of your night. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Loft, you know what time it is. Go get the
merch.
That's right, boy. Go get the merch at bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. Hoodies, t-shirt, mugs, masks. You got it all over there on bonfire.com. Yeah, man. Follow us on social media. TikTok links down in the description. Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. It's the same as our TikToks. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a good night, guys. Peace out. We the ones. Roman for double champion. Okay.